This week marks 5 years since my wife and I first started dating, and I want to spoil her like she's never been spoiled before. The only problem is, when you've been with someone for this long, it's really hard to come up with new and exciting ideas. So I'm turning to ChatGPT. Every day this week, I'll ask Chat for a new way to spoil my wife and do whatever it says. All-knowing ChatGPT. In your infinite wisdom, can you give me an idea to spoil my wife? Okay, let's see. Okay, weekend getaway isn't gonna work. Shopping spree. Okay, so I only have a couple of hours before she gets home from work, so out of this list, the only thing I can really do is write her a letter. So we're gonna write her a letter. So I began to craft the greatest love letter man has ever written. But I was struggling. Okay, don't judge me, but I'm having some writer's block. So I'm gonna have ChatGPT write the letter for me. I still mean what—
My dearest beloved, as I take pen to parchment, the vista of your visage, you are the yin to my yang. You are a liquid, that I find solace in this turbulence. As a symphony that reverberates through life, be one of bliss and contentment. With all the love in my heart, Hunter.
Okay, Bronte's gonna be home in about 30 minutes, so now all I have to do is hide the letter and the cameras, and this mic. I began by hiding the letter in the photo book that our wedding photographer dropped off earlier that day. Then I hid the cameras in the most inconspicuous places I could find. Everything was going perfect to plan, but right when Bronte was pulling into our driveway, I saw something I had never noticed before. The GoPro had a red, blinking light. Knowing this would be a dead giveaway, I had to try and fix it. But with such little time left, I couldn't help but to think, is this week going to be over before it even begins? But luck was on our side this day. I taped up the lights on the camera and even had time to open the door for my wife. After helping her with the groceries and some talk about my sinus issues.
Did you take like allergy?
Yeah, an allergy decongestant. It was time to reveal the surprise.
Did you already look at it?
Mm-mm.
I just thought we should make dinner. Wait, what is this from?
What?
Did you do this?
Yeah. My heart's beating out of control. Somehow she knows that I'm a fraud. Thoughts flood my mind of what's about to come. But she loved it.
I mean, it's not that good. It's not as good as usual.
And I felt guilty. Look, I don't feel good about what happened either. Bronte felt very spoiled, but it was for the wrong reasons. She wasn't spoiled by her husband, she was spoiled by ChatGPT. Today, let's just try to stick to something that's not personal and something that I can do 100% myself. Dear ChatGPT, please give me an idea to spoil my wife that I can do without your influence after you give me the idea. Alright, let's see. Buy her a new pair of Vans. Okay, that's oddly specific, but okay. I guess we'll go buy her a new pair of Vans. So I went out and bought the sickest pair of Vans that I could find. Then I wrapped them with the help of Tux, got the camera set up, and patiently waited for Bronte to get home.
I'm like, okay. Then I had to work on that. What's that?
It's a present.
You got me a present?
Yeah.
What are you doing? I love the blue ones.
Did you want Vans?
Yes.
Okay.
Why? I love Vans. Yay! Thank you. You're spoiling me.
Yesterday was perfect. ChatGPT was spot on. So let's see what it has in store for us today. Dear ChatGPT, getting Vans for my wife was the perfect idea. Can you give me another idea that's similar? Okay. Should we get her flowers? White roses are her favorite? Actually, her favorite flowers are daisies, but I guess we'll get her white roses. So I went to the most exclusive flower store in town and waited for my wife again.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so
You're
much. I love them.
I mean, they're not daisies, but
Daisies?
yeah.
What's daisies?
What's your favorite flower?
White roses.
Okay.
Oh, did you forget and think it was daisies?
No.
I don't know what's worse. The fact that I don't know what my wife's favorite flowers are, or the fact that ChatGPT does.
ChatGPT. My wife loved the white roses you suggested, and I'm grateful for the idea. However, please be more vague with your responses and never use any of our personal information. Okay, good. Thank you. Today is my anniversary. Please give me a romantic idea to spoil my wife. Candlelit dinner, baked chicken pesto, that sounds good. Imported the recipe, no. Oh no, gray suit, the one you wore for your wedding.
At this point, I was worried, so I decided to email OpenAI. But while I was waiting on a response, I reluctantly began working on the surprise dinner. I started by preparing the meal ChatGPT recommended. Then I got my hair cut and put on the suit for my wedding day. But as I finished setting the table and waiting for my wife to arrive, I couldn't help but wonder how ChatGPT knew so much. Did it have access to my computer? Was it listening to our conversations? But before I could dwell on it any longer, Bronte was home.
Surprise!
What in the world?
Come sit down.
Everything started out great. Bronte really loved the dinner.
Really good. What's on top of it? Tomatoes?
Yeah.
I love it.
But as I was eating, I began to have a sinking feeling in my gut.
You okay?
I think I got a burp.
Oh. It's okay, we're not at a fancy restaurant.
I know, I'm trying to burp.
After burping, the feeling was still there. I struggled to even get food in my mouth. Finally, I had to say something.
Would you leave me for a guy, Bronte?
Is there another toast? What?
Can't deal with this.
What? What are you doing?
Who are you?
ChatGPT. Last night, in a weird way, ChatGPT gave me the best advice of all. The thought that if I don't take care of my wife, I could lose her to someone that's willing to put in the effort. I know what I have to do.
I'm ashamed to say it, but Bronte's been asking me to do the same few things on this list for months. Replacing the broken outlet by her vanity so she can see how to do her makeup. Taking the after photos of our house that we spent all summer long renovating. Taking my tools to the shed that have been cluttering up our entertainment room since the day we moved in. And finishing the edit of our wedding video. Something that we'll cherish forever.
Hunter, you may now kiss your bride.
And there's one more thing that's not on this list that I need to do. To right a wrong that I committed from the start. Dear Bronte, I know that I probably can't top the letter ChatGPT wrote for you, but I still want to try. And the rest is between me and my wife.